Hello again, everyone. Michael here with Felicity, November 8033 Foxtrot, Cessna flight training device that I built at home. Today is the 3-year anniversary of the Virtual USA Flying Club, joining them for their 3-year anniversary flying event into Bayport, 2-3 November. Route wise, I've flown into this airport before. We're going to take off out of Ellenville, New York, November 8-9. Kind of an old stomping ground. My father was born and raised there. Spent a lot of time there as a child. So we're going to take off out of Steve Risner Airport, probably head east. We have time. I'd like to at least check out this November 4-5 Cobelt Airport. Might do a touch and go there. And I thought about trying to request a touch and go at New York Stewart if we've got some ATC coverage for that Class Delta. If not, we'll probably do our touch and go at Cobelt, head east, and pick up the Hudson River, and we'll do the Hudson SFRA, and the Special Flight Rules area. And we'll get down to our VFR landmarks, George Washington Bridge, the Intrepid, the Statue of Liberty, and then from there head east along the bay till we get to Bayport. It's kind of the route that I planned out. It should be pretty straightforward. Hoping to get some scenic views along the way. So their briefing is going to be starting here any moment. So when that comes, we'll bring the Discord in. In fact, let me just go ahead and get that set up. Looks like we've got about 5 minutes till their official event briefing starts. But I will go ahead and get the Discord audio set up here so we can listen in on the briefing. And then after the briefing's over, we'll head to the plane. Hope everyone's doing good today for a Tuesday. Okay. I don't know what type of chitter chatter we're going to hear until the official event briefing starts, but we're going to bring in the Discord audio.
Longer. Oh, you should see Mike. Not only is he a Met fan, but he's also a Devils fan.
And a Red Bull fan, and a Minnesota Vikings fan. There's not a lot of winning in those franchises.
His cert record is so screwed.
Definitely not the Red Bulls.
We are listening to the Virtual USA Flying Club's event on their Discord right now. And their official event briefing is going to start here any moment.
That's departing out of Montauk. I'm actually departing pretty close to you. I'm departing out of Block Island.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see you there on VATSIM. There's actually 3 of us sitting around the ground at Montauk.
Oh, I didn't
Speaking of
connect you.
VATSIM, let's
somebody
take a
else,
quick
but
look at our
I'm
VATSIM map, see if we got coverage. At least center coverage where we're at right now.
Briefing will get started here in about 3 minutes, 3 minutes, close. Yeah, about 3 minutes. Those that are listening currently, if you are able, after you land at Bayport, to kind of hang around on the ground, even if you have to leave the computer, just leave your sim running so you stay on the ground. Maybe
Photo
look like
op.
a real fly-in with all the planes parked on the ramp. That would be great. I understand if you can, if the computer doesn't like that, or if you have to go away from the computer off, that's fine. But if you can hang around after you land at Bayport, just kind of load up the ramp. It'll be quite nice.
No problem.
Make for some good screenshots.
Exactly.
Let's file our VATSIM flight plan while we're here.
I'm actually thankful we landed runway 18 because of my scenery. Their approach to runway 36 is blocked by a tree, so.
November 8th.
Congrats on 3 years, Mike. It's pretty cool.
Thank you. Should be thanking you guys for the 3
VFR,
years.
type 172 today. We're a lightweight category. We are slant golf. Departure
Is anybody going to be streaming this flying?
I am. I'll be streaming it.
Cool.
November 8, 9. And then arrival's gonna be 23 November. Off block time, we'll just say
Yeah, can one of the admin take care of the guy
23:40.
that just put in the waiting room about to start his briefing?
altitude.
Yeah, I get it.
Thanks.
We're gonna do 1100 feet most of the way. Airspeed 110 knots. Let's pick an alternate airport. Where are we gonna go if the stove stops cooking? If our engine quits, where are we gonna land at? Let's see. What do we have along our route that could be a good alternate? Kilo Hotel Papa November.
Yes.
En route time, figure about an hour and 20 minutes. Fuel endurance, I imagine we're gonna have almost 6 hours of fuel on board. We'll just say 5.5 hours between you, me, and the baggage. Route details are gonna be VFR.
Alright, it is 7:30
Direct.
on the East Coast. Let's get this briefing going. Thank you, everyone, for coming in today. I see 35 in the channel. That's pretty impressive. Welcome to the first day
They're not gonna read the route
new
anyway.
year for the Virtue USA Flying Club. It is the 3-year anniversary event. After tonight, we will be in year 4 of the Virtue USA Flying Club. Just a real quick background on the club. Started August 16th of 2019. Built by myself and a handful of other NYARTCC members that were trying to revive some semblance of a general aviation flying club after the disappearance of the New York Flying Club from way back in the early days of VATSIM. I always felt that general aviation was something that was really lacking on the network and was very underappreciated, and the idea of the club was to kind of change that, kind of make general aviation come back to the forefront of VATSIM, and I think along the way Audio for VATSIM definitely helped with that as well, and really kind of improve the environment for GA on VATSIM. And that's what the club's all about, is promoting general aviation flying. We do these events to kind of spread the word and enjoy some of the more fun aspects of aviation. So welcome to the 3-year anniversary event. We are doing a Bayport fly-in. The Bayport Aerodrome, 2-3 November, is in Bayport, New York, out on Long Island, right underneath the Class Charlie of Long Island MacArthur Airport, or Islip Airport as you may know it as. I have done Bayport in real life a handful of times in terms of landing there in a 152, which is what I'm actually personally flying tonight. I've also been to a handful of the real-world Bayport fly-ins. If you guys stick around, at least on my stream, I'll be showing clips from the fly-in in 2014 that I participated with Farmingdale State College in. So if you want to get a kind of a taste of what a real-world Bayport fly-in looked like at the time. But in terms of tonight's event, the big thing that you guys wanted to know and we have decided on is that it is going to be runway 18, so we get to do the nice tight turn approach to final into runway 18 at Bayport tonight. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's try not to bend too many airframes. If you have not already watched the approach and departure from Bayport Aerodrome YouTube video, it's required viewing, so make sure you get on that before you land in Bayport. It is important to realize that this is not a standard pattern. For runway 18 inbound,
There's no closed traffic at Bayport.
Right over the little port kind of inlet there. You're going to fly over the Sans Souci Lakes at or below 700, or I should say not at or below, I should say below 700 feet. And you're going to make that tight turn to final before crossing over Sunrise Highway. That will assure that you do not enter the Long Island MacArthur Class Charlie.
Alright, so we're coming up this river here.
Some of the big things to note is that because it is VATSIM, we are using 122.8, the normal Unicom as our Unicom for this evening's event. There is a little bit of ATC going on in the New York area. I believe New York Approach on 120.8 is covering everything. Now, if you're taking off at a
we're not going to cross that highway.
because you do not need to talk to anyone as long as you
You're
remain
coming
clear
right
of
in.
airspace. But there
That's
are
our
also a
plan.
handful of towers. I know Republic Tower just came on. Westchester's got the tower on. If you guys are flying out, just be aware of that. And if you're flying out of Caldwell, Teterboro, pretty much anything like that, you're going to have to talk to New York approach on 120.8. But if you're coming from elsewhere, it's entirely up to you what you're flying, what you're doing. As long as you brought an aircraft that can get into Bayport, make that tight turn. I would hope to not see any bent airframes tonight. Big thing is the call-outs. We want to keep the call-outs to a minimum. The only two things that you have to report inbound to Bayport is when you're crossing over the shoreline and when you're on the right downwind. There's really the only two things you have to call out from what I recall, even in the real-world things. So you'll say Bayport traffic, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie, shoreline for 18 Bayport. And then the next call will be Bayport traffic, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie, downwind, runway 18 Bayport. That is it. Those are the only calls you have to make. The other thing that we need to know about this airport is that we really need to have space going in because of the tight turn, because it's a small strip. So if someone is calling over the shoreline, the next person should not be entering the shoreline until that person has called that they are in the downwind for 18. So when a person says that they are downwind for 18, the next person up can then call over the shoreline inbound.
So
There's
we
gonna
may
be
be
a
doing some
lot of
holding for
traffic
a
in the
while.
Great South Bay getting into Bayport tonight with a bunch of us flying in. Make sure you're using Unicom. Keep vigilant. See and avoid. Be generous. If you see that someone's lowering in front of you and ready to go and get in, talk it out on the Unicom. That's what it's there for. And make it known who's going to be next going into the field. Let's try not to have any mid-air collisions over in the Great South Bay.
That would be bad.
Otherwise, you're welcome to fly in. You're also welcome to fly out if you want. If you're flying out off of runway 18, you just depart straight out to the shoreline. Make sure you stay below 700 feet until you cross over that inner shoreline and get over the Great South Bay.
Mike, I have a question with you.
Hang on 1 second on the question. Let me finish through this. For anybody who hasn't looked yet, I did create a temporary channel for the event tonight. It is the anniversary event attendance giveaway temporary channel. It is right below the events channel in the Discord. After you land at Bayport, please put your information into that channel. Whether you want to be involved in the giveaway or not, I need that you guys to fill out when you land at Bayport so I can get a proper count for the event tonight. So my example is there. You put your call sign, the route that you flew, the time that you land in Zulu time, and if you want to be eligible for the giveaways, let me know what you want.
WestJet, hello.
Potentially be able to win. If you want to win a Virtue USA Flying Club hat, you'll put hat. If you want to win a gift card, you put gift card. If you want to win, and this is for the Honeycomb Bravo throttle people only. If you want the flap level detent that our buddy Daniel Skidmore has made for us, custom made, then you would put flaps. You can put 1, 2, or all 3, whatever you want to win. Make sure it's listed on there when you put that information. And make sure, whether you want to participate in any of those giveaways or not, that when you land at Bayport, you put that information in there. That'll help me get a count, because it's going to be otherwise pretty hard to eyeball it, just in general, with the amount of people that are flying in. And then the last thing I want to say is, and I talked about this a little bit right before I started the briefing, once you land at Bayport, if you can hang around, even if you have to leave your computer, but just stay parked on the ramp, make it look like a real fly-in so we can get screenshots of all of us on the ground later on once everyone starts to get inbound. That'd be great. If you can, I understand. Trust me, I know some people's computers are finicky. Even mine every now and then gets a little wonky at times. But if you can hang around, that'd be great, and we can get a nice big group picture. I'm on Microsoft Flight Sim, so I don't have great model matching. For those people that are in X-Plane that do have great model matching, I'm going to rely on you guys for the screenshots. Get screenshots, post them, Flight Sim pics, as many as you can. If we can get enough good pictures, I plan on making a nice
It's hard for me to
three-year
get
anniversary
screenshots.
post on the VATSIM Facebook page to kind of help to promote the club and express my gratitude to you guys as well for participating tonight. All right, John, what's your question?
So, in the past in these events, sometimes we get stacked out over that Great South Bay. Is there a proper holding pattern we should be, kind of conforming to?
No, there really isn't. It's kind of just see and avoid and just kind of work your way around that bay and just everyone kind of be friendly. If you see that someone's closer to the entry, let them go. If you have a bunch of fuel and you're not really in a rush, then kind of lay back and let people move in until you get your opening. But there's no real set thing. Same with when the Bayport flying happens real world, just kind of see and avoid. Try not to hit anyone and, be courteous.
Thanks, bye.
Does anybody else have any other general questions?
Well, it should be fun.
I don't have any questions, but I did want to mention in the event channel, I put a link to a pretty helpful graphic for the Bayport traffic pattern. So if you take a look at that as well, it's a nice overview to kind of go along with the video.
That is very helpful, thank you.
Are there any other questions?
Yes. Where can we get the videos? So I can mark this
In the briefing, so if you go to the events channel and you scroll up to the original event post, you're going to have to scroll up a little bit. I posted on like July 29th. If you go to the briefing, the text briefing, in there will be a link to a YouTube video called Approach and Departure from Bayport Aerodrome. That is the video you're going to want to watch, and you're going to want to retain the information for runway 18. Are there any other questions?
No, I don't think so.
Gentlemen, right now I see 35 of us in this Discord. That is a good number. Hopefully we can somehow squeak out 10 more people that weren't here for the briefing that do fly in tonight, so then we can tie the record. Either way, it's going to be a great show. I look forward to seeing you guys on the ground at Bayport. Fly safe, don't bend an airframe, have fun. Make sure you guys post in that anniversary event channel after you land. And I plan to run the giveaways as soon as everyone's complete. The cutoff is 9:30. If you do not have your information into the channel by 9:30, you will not be eligible for the giveaways. So make sure you have your information in by 9:30. If you do land after 9:30, that's fine. Put your stuff in there. You just won't be eligible for the giveaway, but you still be put into the event count, if that makes sense. So please, please, please make sure you guys take care of that. So that way at 9:30 I can start compiling the drawings, start running the giveaways, and start contacting the people who win. And whoever wins, I will obviously post the screenshot for the drawing in the GA chat like I always have for past giveaways. Have fun, guys. See you on the ground at Bayport.
See you.
See ya.
Thank you for the briefing, see you.
If you need a paper traffic pattern of Bayport, I put it in the GA chat.
Alright, so we're gonna fly to Bayport from Ellenville. One of the towns I kind of grew up in, November 8, 9, and then we're going to take the Hudson SFRA down, see the Statue of Liberty, some of the other VFR sites, George Washington Bridge, the Intrepid aircraft carrier, Colgate clock. I will say that the models of the Intrepid Colgate clock and a couple of the other ones come from Jeffrey Beckers, another member of the Virtual USA Flying Club, does a great job with X-plane production. So I did want to give him credit for the models that we're going to be using. Dresky Design for the New York City landmarks. And then Bayport scenery is going to be courtesy of Downwind Sim. So without any further ado, I think we've got everything that we need to get going here. So yeah, we'll see you at the plane. Glad to see you made it here. Before we do much, let me go ahead and connect to the VATSIM network. Connect. Alright, type 172. Got the call sign in there. Okay. And you know what? I need to step right back out, and I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. I got a little bit of ground to cover, as we discussed earlier, going from Ellenville. I think we got about 130 miles. So hopefully we get there in time. If mid-flight I think we're going to run out of time, I'll forego the Hudson and we'll just go direct. That should cut off. But yeah, flight time we should be fine, I would imagine. About an hour and 22 minutes. Yeah, we should be fine. Alright, let's get things started up here. About due for a new pad of paper. One page left. Alright. Pre-flight we already did. Let's check our fuel while we're sitting here. Alright, fuel is good. You, me, baggage. Alright, so 5 hours and 50 minutes of flight time. So I was close on the guesstimate there, 5.5 hours. Alright, and tech time is 58.4. Circuit breakers are all in. Alternate static is in. Let's move right along to our start checklist. Seat track. Sorry, I think my dog is entertaining a squirrel. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Alright. Where were we? We were on our start checklist. We're getting our seat track scooted up. Right, our avionics are off, our autopilot is off, carb is off. Make sure it's going to go full rich. Prop is high. Right, prop is high. Let's go 3 on the primer. 1, 2, I do stream a lot of the Virtual USA Flying Club events, and they do go over to YouTube, so there's a good possibility that when you search for it, you will see a lot of the streams, so that's cool. Alright. Primer's in. We primed it 3 times and unlocked. Brakes going on. Clear pop. Looks clear on the left. Clear on the right. Clear in front. Master's going on. Beacon on. And mags to start. Alright, we do have engine rotation. Our oil pressure is in the green. We're going to hold on for just a couple minutes while our oil temperature comes up. Meanwhile, we'll turn our landing light on for safety. And that does complete our start checklist. We will move right along into our pre-taxi, which we're not ready to do quite yet. We're still got to get some things situated here. Let's turn our landing... correction, our landing light is on. We'll turn our avionics on. We'll turn our transponder on. We're still from last night's code. So let's just spot VFR mode Charlie and do the magic of simulation. We're gonna grab some weather right here on the ground.
Kilo Mike Golf Juliet Airport information Foxtrot 2254 Zulu weather wind 09er 3 at 7 visibility 10 sky clear temperature 27 dew point 8 altimeter Kilo Mike Golf Juliet Airport information Golf 2254 Zulu weather wind 09er 3 at 7 visibility 10 sky clear temperature 27 dew point 8 altimeter 29er 8 advise on initial contact. You have information Golf
29er 8
Kilo Mike.
That puts us right around 270 feet or so. No, 220, 40, 60, 80. I had 290 feet or so, and that does match up, so we do have some good weather information. Our winds were 093 at 7. I'm going to put my heading bug to the wind direction. It gives me a visual on my takeoff roll. While I'm here, I'm going to set my heading indicator to compass. Okay. What runway are we going to take today? Our choices are 04 and 22. We have winds of 09 or 3. So for the winds, we are going to take runway 04. Let's get Unicom dialed up here. Okay. Parking brake off. I'll get my seatbelt on in just a moment. My apologies, I need to change a button assignment. Alright, transmit's working. Let's see, who do we have to cover us right now? We have New York approach 120.8. Let's go ahead and write that down. I don't know if we're really going to be talking to them at all. 20.8. Alright. Ellenville traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot at the ramp, taxiing runway 04 Ellenville. Parking brakes off. So we'll go down here to the threshold and then we'll do a run up once we get down there. Our oil temperature is in the green now. Tramps to Pams, welcome, hello. Can't really put a purchase price on the setup as a lot of it was custom built by me. We got about $12,000 wrapped up in it over the course of about 10 years or so. Hey, check that out. They got a run-up area right down here. Alright. This is a newer, or a new airport design. The last design, the last time I was here, didn't have this run-up area. Somebody must have redid it recently.
Caution, too slow.
Alright. We are pointed into the wind. And that is why I built it. Tramps and Pamps is a student pilot. That is exactly why I built it. I am also probably a really old student pilot. Probably the oldest a lot of you will probably know. I've got about 2,000 hours behind real world hours. I've got about 40 training hours, if that makes sense. Just life always got in the way. But FAA certification as a basic aviation training device is the is my long-term goal. There's still a few things that I need to do to get there, but we're close. Nevertheless, I appreciate that. Be realistic and full immersion is exactly what I was going for, and it was never intentionally being built as a training device. And we'll get to that once we get airborne. Alright, brakes are on, fuel is on both, trim set for takeoff, flight controls, up on the left, down on the right, down on the left, up on the right, elevator, rudder, both fuel responsive. Alright. WestJet, there is no ICAO, but the FAA identifier of where we're taking off from is November 8-9. You might find it under Kilo November 8-9er, depending on what you're using to search for it. But it is Resnick, out here in Ellenville, New York. Your first solo, you're gonna enjoy. Everybody loves their first solo. That's awesome. I'm thrilled for you. 15 hours. That's great. And I'm curious as to what you're training in right now. Alright, 1700.
Left mag, there's my drop. Right mag, there's my drop. Carpete, there's our drop. Let's cycle the prop. 1. Alright, oil pressure drop, manifold pressure rose, tells us the governor is working. 2. Three. Alright. Everything's good there. Suction's good. Oil temperature, oil pressure is good. Nothing on the annunciator panel. Good fuel flow, manifold pressure. Let's go ahead and idle back. Friction lock feels good. Our primer's in and locked. Yes, Bayport 23 November is the gonna be the destination. So everyone with the Virtual USA Flying Club on their event's gonna be flying into Bayport. Yeah, mechanical flaps on that 172 then, huh? Alright, our run-up checklist was complete. Tell you what, I apologize, I have to use the restroom. We're going to leave the engine running, my parking brake is on. I'm going to lean out just a bit since we are here on the ground, and I'll be right back. Alright, apologies about that slight delay there. Yeah, I imagine that can be a real pain in the butt having those mechanical flaps. Some of the Piper's Cherokee 180 have the same type of mechanical flaps that I've flown. Almost looks like a parking brake lever. And Tramps Pamps, I'm doing okay, doing well today. Hope you are too, and thanks for asking. Hope everyone in the chat right now is having a great day. Alright, we're ready to go. Our run-up is complete. Alright, let's richen her up. Parking brake off. Let's get our strobes on. And if I remember right, we had right traffic.
Caution, too slow.
Alright, out of 2-2. Alright, 1-4 is left traffic. I knew it was one of them. Ellenville traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot is taking runway 04 left downwind departure to the south Ellenville. And Tramps Stamp, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. Grab the center line. Our winds were 09 or 0, 09 or 3, something like that. Let's put some wind correction in. full power. Maintain rudder for center. Airspeed's coming alive. Let's go neutral and rotate. Positive climb rate. Everything is in the green. We do have some runway left, but we're good enough to get going. So let's BY out of here. Looks like we just lost our overlay. I'll have to fix that in just a second once we get into cruise. Ellerville traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot, left downwind 04 Ellerville. Let's turn on course. Alright, the autopilot's got us for just a second. Oh no! $500 AGL, that's not cool. We'll have to deal without the iPad overlay for a little bit. Doesn't look like there's any residential areas I'm flying over. So didn't break too many FAA regs. Except for leaving the aircraft unattended. I'm sure there's something written about that somewhere. See if I can figure this out real quick. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on it. Alright, I think we got it back now. And let's regroup our situational awareness. Where are we? Okay, we're looking good there. 2,600 feet, 104 along the ground, indicating 110. But everything looks good. Everything is in the green. Cobalt Airport looks like it's got a field elevation of 420 feet. What do we know about it? I don't know anything currently. Let me find stuff out about it. Runway 0321 asphalt looks like fair condition. Okay. Looks like it's going to be left-hand traffic. So it looks like we can cross directly. Actually, we'll be on a 45. You know what? We can just, yeah. I still want to do a touch and go. We're going to have a crosswind either way. So let's cross over and grab that left downwind and do runway 21, and then our upwind will keep us on course. And this is Cobalt. Is that what we're calling it? Cobalt traffic? That's what we'll call it. Alright, and its field elevation is 420 feet. Give me back my plane. My plane. Yeah, my plane. Alright. KW for life. Hello. Welcome, buddy. We're joining the Virtual USA Flying Club for their 3-year anniversary. I hope your Tuesday has fared you well thus far.
StewartTraffic.com 720 type citation, Bravo 2 jet. We'll be taxiing on the runway 9er position and hold for now. Stewart Traffic.
About 4 miles out. Cobalt traffic, November 8033, Foxtrot, 4.5 to the west, going to be crossing over Maysfield, join the left downwind, touch and go, 03, Cobalt. Okay, seatbelts on. I felt a little loose in my seat here, and realized that the seat is because the seat belt was loose. Alright, I do see Cobalt. It is in the sight. It does look like it's modeled here for X-Plane. That's always a plus. I'm always concerned about a new airport that I've never been to, whether or not it's actually modeled in X-Plane. It's never really stopped me before though, because with the use of orthophotos you can still kind of see a strip, even though it may not be modeled. get down to about 1,500 feet. It's going to be a little higher than pattern altitude. Carpet on as we descend. Got traffic off to the right there, quite a ways away, won't be a factor. So it does look like it's modeled in X-plane. It is coming up on the GPS on the Garmin 530. And if it's got an identifier in there, then I know it's got at least a runway that we can land on. Cobalt traffic, November 033 Foxtrot, 1 to the west, going to be crossing over midfield to join a left downwind 03, touch and go, Cobalt. Cobalt traffic, correction, going to be crossing over midfield to join the left downwind 21, touch and go, Cobalt. We were just talking about that too.
StoreTraffic.com 720 departing runway 9er, 33 Foxtrot. I hear you. We'll be clear of your area. We're departing out to the northeast and Stewart traffic.
Cobalt traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot, turning left downwind 21 Cobalt, and thanks for that fire up there, traffic. Alright, pattern altitude, beam the numbers. Alright, I'm going to add this one to my list of ones to do. It needs work. Give me flaps 10. Looks like they've lengthened the runway since his airport was modeled. There's our 45. Cobalt traffic, 33 Foxtrot, left base 21, touch and go, Cobalt. Bit high. Bit wide. Wider than I thought I was. Are we gonna get it? Yeah, we'll get it.
StoreTraffic.com 720 is departing the area to the northeast, crossing 2,500.
Technically, I should go around.
This will be your last call. 33 Foxtrot, I got you in sight. Have a good landing, sir.
Check AOA.
Buttered that one. Airspeed. Whoop. Hit the taxi light. Can we clear these trees? Y'all can bill me for that light. Cobalt traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot is airborne Alpha 21. We're departing the area to the south. Last call, Cobalt. That that was something that you should probably never do. That landing was unstabilized, uncoordinated, definitely didn't have a straight-in approach, but yet somehow we still managed to at least putted a touchdown. Definitely off-center. Real world definitely would have done a go-around. Absolutely no doubt about it. But there's nothing wrong with having a little fun in this thing as well. Speaking of tramps, the Pamps, don't know if you are still on board, but going back to what you were saying, I was talking about earlier, I was never intended to be a flight training device. My grandfather was my first CFI. It was ATP, and a really great pilot, and one of the best that I know. A little over 10 years ago, he got sick, and the FAA pulled his medical and grounded him basically for the rest of his life. So that's when I set out to build Felicity. I wanted to give him kind of the most realistic flying experience I could. So that's how she was, started. But he unfortunately passed away before he ever got a chance to use it. But I do like to think he's still sitting beside me. And we're almost into that delta. I mean, it really didn't matter. We don't have a... I don't think we've got a center on the line currently. We do not. Alright, let's get down lower. We're going to need to be lower once we hit the Hudson. And I tell you what, I'm just going to go up and climb up to 3,000, go over this class Delta, and get it back over to the Hudson over there. We're on top of that shelf. Stewart traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot, 5 to the west, going to be overflying the field, 3,500 Stewart. We are 67 miles out of Bayport if we go direct. but we are planning on taking the SFRA. It's gonna that's gonna widen us out quite a bit. Tower, Graham, Atlanta Center, Boston Center, Montreal Center. It looks like we have much for ATC coverage on VATSIM right now, which is fine. We are going to be mostly VFR for this anyway. I picked a route to which we wouldn't need a radio at all. Once we get over the Hudson, I'm going to drop down to about 1,100 feet, and that's going to be our cruise altitude down the Hudson corridor. This is the town of Newburgh. We just overflew. West Point Academy. Alright, let's go ahead and drop down. Carpet on, let's power back. And we are out of that delta, so we can drop below that 3,000. We do need to watch out for some parachute and skydiver activity near West Point Academy coming down the Hudson here. We're just gonna drop right down to 1100 feet. That's gonna get us underneath all of this airspace. It's gonna keep us underneath, yeah, all the way down to the bay. And we'll be making our traffic calls on Unicom when we get to the appropriate checkpoints. Hey, there's a runway down there. What's that one?
$500
AGL. There's West Point Academy, just off to our right here. I am curious to know what that little airport is over there. Doesn't really look like it's on the charts at all. Unless it is for the, unless that's New York 85 there. We're at 1200, and drop down another 100 feet or so. There we are, 1100. Carpet on. I do want to thank everyone for coming in today, flying with me. Sugar Dunker Chin, hello, welcome, good evening. Hope your day is going well. We are chugging along down the Hudson. Gonna be entering the SFRA here in a little bit, and then gonna be heading over to Bayport for a fly-in with the Virtual USA Flying Club for their 3-year anniversary. So welcome, glad you could make it for a bit. You'll be pleased to know that we did manage to pass our I-2 rating on the Pilot Edge network last night as well. We got our connection issues figured out. Steep turn. Thanks, I appreciate that. I recently redid my ortho photos for this area here, and it looks a bit different with the ARC imagery over the Google imagery I was using before. Still at 1,100 feet, alright, good deal. The Alpine Tower down here is going to be our first VFR landmark that we're going to call out. Outstanding. Being back in the ratings there, Sugar Dunkerton. Yeah, me, I suppose I could have bounced back and forth. I just figured I would knock out all the cats first and then do all the I ratings. And I chose to do it like that simply because I think that's how I would learn things in the real world. You know, start with the VFR private pilot license and move on to your instrument reading. So that's why I chose to do it like that. Definitely no right or wrong way to go about getting your ratings, that's for sure. Absolutely. Sure, Duncan. I'm definitely inclined to agree with that. I'm gonna have to do some studying though before we can attempt our I-3 about TEC routes. It's gonna be kind of a new one for me. But that's why I do it, to learn. Do I think I'm gonna, I'm not sure. I think what I wanted to try is try the I-2 rating again. I mean, obviously not do it as a rating, but I want to attempt it in actual IMC conditions. Now that I have a better grasp on flying the needles. So I think before I try a rating in IMC, I think I just want to try and fly in IMC. You know, I rarely ever use the autopilot, and when I was doing the I-2, I was curious if anybody ever used it, but I guess the reason that I don't use autopilot much, and it reverts back to my grandfather. One of the things he always told me is never to ask my autopilot to do anything that I cannot do. And you know, since I haven't actually flown, in IMC conditions, granted the autopilot can do it, I would rather not have it do it until I can do it. Should the autopilot fail, if that makes any sense. That's why I try to hand fly all of these ratings, because I don't want to rely on an instrument that could fail. Need to turn that radio volume up. That's not the volume I wanted to turn up.
VFR ahead.
like we get a little bit of a bad photo, ortho photos here of the Hudson. Might have to redo these couple little sections here.
Kennedy traffic, American. Air traffic, JetBlue 917. 10 miles out, ILS 4 left. Kennedy.
So our VFR checkpoints along the Hudson here, the 3D models, were done by senior developer Jeffrey Becker's Gemma Studios. They are available on the explain.org. November 8033 Foxtrot, southbound Alpine Tower. In the Hudson corridor, all of the radio call is going to be abbreviated. You know, Cessna southbound, call sign southbound. You're calling out your waypoints. George Washington Bridge, Intrepid, Colgate Clock.
Traffic, JetBlue 917, 5 miles, inbound ILS runway 4 left, 22 left, Kennedy.
EWR approach. E to K, E to Kilo, Echo, Whiskey, Romeo. I don't even know what airport that is. I don't think that approach is going to affect us at all. No other approach online. New York Center is offline. Yep, so we're VFR. No flight following, none of that. The George Washington Bridge up here, it's going to be our next call-out point, checkpoint.
LaGuardia traffic, Delta 5458, descending flight level 0505,000, inbound to LaGuardia. LaGuardia.
Caution, TFR ahead.
Hey, traffic, Tango Hotel, going to be taxiing Charlie to 3 for departure.
Caution, inside TFR.
Air traffic, JetBlue 917 is clear of runway 22 left. Kennedy. traffic, JetBlue 917 will be taxiing via Zulu and Foxtrot to the ramp. Kennedy.
November 8033 Foxtrot, southbound George Washington Bridge. Gonna have to put an exclusion zone over that George Washington. Actually, I'll let him know. Looks like there's a skyscraper poking right through the George Washington Bridge with the new X-America.
Hey, traffic, Hotel Twam,
Next waypoint, gonna be the Intrepid aircraft carrier. It's gonna be on our left. Well, obviously, we're gonna stay to the right side of the Hudson as we head south. The aircraft carrier is gonna be our left. We're gonna call it out, and then we're gonna get to the Colgate clock, and then we're gonna get to the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island.
Any other aircraft at Kennedy, one for regional tax company, sir.
We do not want to bust 1,300 feet. That's our hard deck on the top. That's a Class Bravo. 1100 your southbound cruise altitude. Melvin Leroy, hello, welcome. Couple miles away from the, not even that far, a little bit away from the Intrepid. I would love to have a much better computer so I can really just pop up the graphics in this New York area. I really have to tone them down to maintain a steady FPS as we get through here. But I'd really like to see what it looks like.
Kennedy traffic, JetBlue 917 is crossing runway 22 right, Kennedy.
Yep, so we got some facades on the Intrepid aircraft carrier too. I will let the developer know. I'll always try and let them know first before I...
American 1726, turning onto the ILS for 13 left, Kennedy.
Before I do anything with their scenery, and the developer is another member of the Virtual USA Flying Club for these Hudson SFRA landmarks.
Kennedy traffic, number 1722, Tango Hotel, cleared 13 left, right, to the east now.
November 8033 Foxtrot, southbound at the Intrepid. And the Intrepid has houses on it. Get back down to 1100. We need to be at 1100. We don't want to bust a Bravo. There's nobody online that's going to yell at us, but I don't want to bust a Bravo. Alright, there's our 1100. The Colgate clock's going to be our last checkpoint that we're going to call out. And then we'll get down to about 900 feet. We'll circle the Statue of Liberty. We'll circle her clockwise so you can get a good view out of the right window. I think technically you're supposed to circle counterclockwise, but we're going to circle clockwise. I don't see any other traffic in the area. It's going to be a factor.
Kennedy traffic, America 1726, short final, 13 left. Kennedy.
Alright, let's drop down to about 900 feet. Let's turn our carb heat on. Oh yeah, this Jurassic and I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. Druzeski design, Druzeski. Really great work. I'd love to see what it looks like on a, a graphics card better than mine. But it looks really amazing. November 8033 Foxtrot, southbound Colgate Clock.
Set traffic, North 910 479 Bravo, old jumpers have just jumped. The engine channel left down for runway 12.
DD, yep, that sounds good to me. DD. Alright, so we're gonna bust my hard deck at 900 feet. We're gonna go down lower. I'd like to take a look at this Statue of Liberty a little bit closer than our 900 feet. Where are we at? 400 feet. That should be decent. Ellis Island right there. There's our Statue of Liberty.
Kennedy traffic, American 1726, clear, 13 left, Kennedy.
Guardia traffic, Delta 5458 on left base. Stand by.
That's weird. What is this? Why is there looks like some sort of weird X-plane taxiway right here?
LaGuardia traffic, Delta 5458 on left base, runway 14, LaGuardia traffic.
Looks like that's some sort of weird textured terrain looking thing. And obviously, the Hudson wouldn't be complete without some houses right in the middle. Oh yeah. There we go. So
traffic, American 1726, crossing 22 right and taxing to ramp via Foxtrot. Kennedy.
And that's a result of X-America. Where are we at? 200 feet? Alright, we'll be alright. That's a result of X-America. I might get froggy and make some exclusion zones for this area. I don't know. It's a lot of area to cover. Let's go say hi to Larry Liberty again, and we'll circle back around on course. Bit of a weather change there. There she is.
Caution, TFR ahead.
WestJet, to answer your question, right now it's a toss-up between the RTX 3080 and the RTX 3070 Ti. Based on the benchmarks, dollar for dollar, the 3070 Ti seems to be the best bang for the buck, best value. But if I can get a 3080 in that package deal and a pre-built unit, I might do that.
Southwest 225, holding short, runway 13, traffic on final, you ran at 13? Sorry, 13, Delta 5458, sorry about that. Okay, we'll hold short for you here on 13.
Yeah, there's a lot of houses on the Hudson here. It's gotta be an X-America thing. I don't want to get too low. I don't have floats on this plane currently. Alright. So we're almost out of our 1,300 foot shelf. Looks like once we cross this bridge we'll have a 1,500 foot shelf.
Agora traffic southwest 225, winding up and waiting.
Still no approach.
Meow!
Was that a cat?
Meow!
Did somebody just meow? Did somebody just meow on Unicom? What the heck? VATSIM.
Alright, Delta 5458 off runway 13. Back there, runway 13. Okay, Southwest 225, departing runway 13 to LaGuardia, turning to the east.
Alright. We need to cross this bridge before we can get up to before we can bust 1,300 feet. But we're probably just gonna hang out low. We need to be about 700 feet when we get closer to Bayport. Okay. Now we can at least climb up to 1,500 feet. It looks like we're gonna have to go south of the airspace because I don't want to climb up to $7,000 to go over it, and there is no approach online to give me a transition, and I'm not just gonna be one of those pilots that just does it. So we're gonna go south of that airspace. So as long as we're, looks like, below 500 feet there.
12 o'clock, and understood to ILS 13 left.
Looks like we can probably at least be in that outer shelf. Or that middle shelf there. Alright. So we can do that. And we're just gonna skirt it. Now we'll go under. Yeah, 43 miles away, we're just gonna go under. Carpet on. Need to be under 500 feet. Come on, get down there. We're almost in that ring. Where are we at? 700, 600, 500,
500.
400. That's good enough. We're just gonna scud run along at 400 feet underneath this airspace here. Once we get out, we'll, so I don't want to necessarily overfly any of these houses. I want to stay over the water. Granted, I should be a lot higher over the water. Tell you what, let's take it on the outside. We're gonna have to be on the outside anyway. We're playing a win. We're in the 172. Alright. We should be able to do this. Let's do a touch and go along the beach.
Kennedy traffic, American 1684, turning final runway 13 left, Kennedy traffic.
Yeah, we're gonna try it.
Meow.
Probably shouldn't be try it. Who the heck is meowing? Probably shouldn't try it, but we're gonna try it. Alright, we just lost our engine. We have the beach. We have this road here. It's got all this traffic on it. We have water to our right. We have the beach. Alright. We're gonna establish best glide. 70 knots. Remember though, we're only gliding from like 400 AGL. Alright, where's our water definition? We don't want to land on our water definition. You can kind of see it. Explaining it's kind of funny. I mean, you can clearly see the terrain change between water like class and land class. So we're doing a touch and go. We've got a sand field here. We're not going to stop. Alright, full power. Looks like we had a great landing. Airspeed's alive. Let's get back up. We don't want to bust 500 feet. That's going to be the bottom part of that shelf right here that we're in. Oh, we just busted. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just tell them it was a. Well, no, we're not going to tell them anything. It is close to 9:30, so I'm gonna put my entry into the their head count. So we departed from November '89, and we're going to 23 November. I feel like the giveaway they do is a really great thing. It's really nice of them. It's not something that I take part in. I'd rather just go to other people.
Any traffic or from the traffic or ILS 13 left.
Westchester traffic, November 842, Alpha Whiskey's on the ground, taxiing via Kilo Mike to the general aviation ramp. Westchester traffic.
What is our ETA when we get here? It'll probably have to be after the 9:30 cutoff, and that's just fine. ETA currently is 21:35.
VATSIM River traffic, helicopter 206 Juliet Lehman departing downtown Manhattan. Bayport traffic, South Avenue, on the South Shore. Bayport.
And we had two people talking on each other. Although VATSIM, you have 15 mile, well, technically 15, 30.
Shoreline for downwind.
Yeah, I might be able to hear an aircraft 10 miles that way and hear an aircraft 25, you know, or 25 miles that way, but they may not be able to hear each other. I'm still almost out of that airspace, and I've been over 500 feet now for a duration of that.
Bayport traffic, 102 Monaco Papa is going to be joining the right downwind, 18 Bayport traffic. Bayport traffic, traffic off Lehman, X-ray 136 shoreline, Bayport.
Lift all horribly blocked.
Traffic, TDM 259 Bravo, short final, 18 Bayport.
Runway 1.
Yeah. 18, departing straight out to the shoreline.
Got a bit of a gaggle going on over there, it looks like. A separation looks okay though.
Downwind behind, take up on patrol rate 217.
Alright, we're out of the circle. 27 miles away. We'll go up to about 1,400 feet.
Circling to join the shoreline, Bayport. Bayport traffic, speak up November 16, Papa, so for the shoreline, 18 Bayport.
Bayport traffic, full for Golf, turn in, short approach for 18 final, full pro, short final. Traffic, we're going to cut the end of Whiskey exit.
Bayport traffic. Piper Warrior. 116 Delta Foxtrot. Shoreline for 18. Bayport.
No other airspace to be too concerned about. We're clear through pretty much all of it. We'll be underneath the remaining shelves. And we'll just follow the coastline here up to the keyhole for Bayport. And traffic will probably be more situated by then.
November 16, Larry, Papa, right, downwind, 18 Bayport.
Bayport traffic, Fulford Golf entering downwind behind 27 Delta.
Bayport traffic, Honda 21 at Kapapa is going to be taking a right base for 18, and we'll turn a left 360 if necessary.
Bayport traffic, Warrior 516 Delta Foxtrot calling right base, right downwind, runway 18.
Another turning base.
Bayport traffic, Charlie Golf Lima, Sky shoreline, runway 18, Bayport.
Bayport traffic, Fulford Golf turning base 18.
Bayport traffic, Honda Jet 21 at Kapapa turning right base 18, going to be landing behind 127 Delta.
Honker, hello, welcome my friend. We're about 22 miles away from Bayport, joining the Virtual USA Flying Club's
Bayport Warrior,
3-year anniversary event.
Runway 18.
Cruise down along the Hudson SFRA corridor. And now cruising east along the bay until we get to the keyhole for Bayport. Thanks for coming in, buddy. How's your day been going?
Bayport traffic, Honda Jet 21 at Kapapa taking a left 360 traffic.
We're going around aircraft from the field. Bayport traffic, Fulford Golf shoreline 18.
Bayport traffic, Piper, Pilot Club 444, about 10 miles south of the airport, inbound runway 18.
Bayport traffic, Fulford Golf going around airplane on the runway. I think that's a turning custom.
10 miles south of the airport. Inbound 18.
Can someone contact the supervisor and get 4C out of here? I don't know what he's doing. He's just fucking run away.
Bayport traffic, Charlie Golf Lima, X-ray, midfield downwind, runway 18, Bayport.
Bayport traffic, Honda Jet 21 at Kapapa turning left, final 18, going to be landing 18.
Oh boy, that's close. They're close.
Bayport traffic,
Oh, I'm off course.
516 Delta 6.
That's what happens when you look at all the, gadgets in here.
We're going to short approach and a Kapapa over here.
Honker, my day's been well. For an otherwise normal Tuesday.
Charlie Golf Lima, X-ray, right base, final runway 18, Bayport.
Thanks for asking. And thank you guys all again for coming in today. I do really appreciate it.
Traffic, Fulford Golf turning right base 18.
Bayport traffic, Charlie Golf Lima, X-ray, going around.
Yeah, I figured that would happen.
Jet 21 at Kapapa vacated 18, Bayport traffic.
Yeah, I knew.
Bayport traffic, November 16, Papa, over the shoreline for 18. Bayport.
Everybody stop talking. Everybody stop talking over each other. You should be circling the bay. There really shouldn't be any more than one aircraft, or one or two on the downwind for 18 from the bay. That's my thoughts on it. But we are going to need to be under 700 feet.
Bayport traffic, November 16, Papa, midfield downwind 20.
Bayport traffic, Fulford Golf, joining downwind behind Bayport.
Heavy traffic, we're just about Seabird Concourse 3 at Canarby intersection. In front of the visual for 13 left. Kennedy. Bayport traffic, Pilot Club 444, entering downwind runway 18. Bayport traffic, Charlie Golf Lima X-ray, turning 180 to rejoin at shoreline, Bayport.
Bayport traffic, Seneca 8 Edinburgh, taxi running 18.
Bayport traffic, Fulford Golf, turn in, right base 20.
So Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, he was my examiner for my P1 rating on the VATSIM network. And I could tell by the tone in his voice that he seemed kind of annoyed that he had to go around, but he was also cut off.
Bayport traffic, Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, shoreline runway 18, Bayport.
Students are going to be taking off behind Fulford Golf.
So the scenery here at Bayport that we're using, I know I said it's a pre-flight.
Club 444, going around.
Scenery is courtesy of Downwind Sim.
Bayport traffic, November 16, Papa's clear, runway 18. Bayport.
Alright, we got 2 over there. $13 miles away.
Bayport traffic, Skyhawk 71 Charlie Tango, 5 miles to the east, gonna fly over traffic about 2500, be drawing the pattern. Bayport.
Just another left half, we're going to be turning left cross and exiting the pattern. Bayport traffic, Fulford Golf, joining down behind Lima Whiskey X-ray.
Bayport traffic, Seneca 8 Edinburgh, runway 18, trail departure, Bayport traffic.
Bayport traffic,
Seneca 8 Edinburgh, runway 18, trail departure.
runway 18, Bayport.
I hate to do this. I gotta step out for just a second. Autopilot has the plane.
Third time, Bayport traffic, Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, midfield right downwind, runway 18.
There, he's annoyed.
We got you.
Sorry, Chris.
It's all yours.
For traffic, Seneca 8 Edinburgh, clear for runway 18, departing straight out departure, last call, Bayport traffic. Good day.
Bayport traffic, Fulford Golf, turn in, your right base 20.
Bayport traffic, Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, final runway 18, Bayport.
We're going to come back down to the final 18.
Bayport traffic, Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, clear for runway 18, Bayport. Bayport traffic, good day.
Alright, so sorry about that. Let's see where we're at.
Bayport traffic, Pilot Club
we're still good.
444, entering downwind, runway 18.
Bayport traffic, Fulford Golf, joining downwind behind that last aircraft.
It's clearly obvious who watched the approach instructional video.
Runway 18, clear to land. Clear to take off. Sure.
Bayport traffic, get it now, brother. Alpha, taking off from runway 18. Making sure you got a plane turning base at final soon.
Bayport traffic, Pilot Club 444 turning base, runway 18. Bayport traffic, Pilot Club 109er is at the shoreline, inbound to land, 18. Bayport traffic, Pilot Club 444 turning on final, coming in kinda hot.
Bayport traffic, Bayport Golf turning base. Bayport traffic, November 169er off the ground, clear of runway 18. Bayport traffic, extended base, out of the way.
None of these
Bayport
traffic calls are
Bayport Golf,
confirming.
on the 18.
Yeah, it's clearly obvious who watched the instructional videos and who did not. There were a lot of traffic calls that didn't need to happen and some that probably should have.
Bayport traffic is November 169er, coming in for right-hand base on runway 18.
Right hand. Does that put you over the shoreline or no?
No.
I knew that. Just seeing if he knew that.
Up and down to ditch left. Bayport traffic, full for golf, turning left downwind 18, exiting the pattern to the northwest. Bayport traffic, November 169er landing on runway 18.
Alright, I've really got to be diligent about all of these aircraft that are out and about here. We've got one same altitude, almost looks like he's coming right at me. There he is, off at like 1 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
Air landing, Ryder, sign me up, baby.
Bayport traffic, Pilot Club 109er turning base, 18. Pilot Club 109er, Bayport.
Some traffic is sending up to shore final 30 left, I slip. Boy, is this a pilot club thing? No, we just happen to be here. We just wanted to come in.
Traffic call should be over the shoreline and downwind for Bayport. And that's it. Everything else is cluttering the frequency.
And I switch draft to full for golf, short final 33 left.
Traffic, Delta Mike Kilos, midfield downwind 2. Bayport traffic, Pilot Club 3665, midfield, runway 18, Bayport. Bayport traffic, 440 Skyhawk 71 Charlie Tango, over the shoreline for 18 Bayport. Bayport traffic, Pilot Club 109er is clear of runway 18.
Let's get down to 700. Carb on.
We are 25 miles from the field.
Delta Mike Kilo, joins base 18. Bayport traffic, Skyhawk 71 Charlie Tango, right downwind for 18 Bayport. Traffic, Delta Mike Kilos, joining final 18. Pilot Club 3665 going around.
Yeah, it's clearly obvious who watched the approach instructions and who did not. Don't do it. Don't cut me off. Bayport traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot, 2 miles south of the shoreline.
Bayport traffic, November 6300 Lima, taxiing for departure runway 18, Bayport.
Bayport traffic, Swagger Wing, 1 Echo Golf over the marina inbound 18. Bayport.
You know what? This Pilot Club 8964, I haven't heard anything yet. He looks like almost on top of me.
November 771 Charlie Tango, clear 18 Bayport.
Remember 2 Delta Whiskey, this is Piper 8673 uniform.
Traffic, 2 o'clock, half mile, 100 feet
Bayport
above.
traffic, 1 Echo Golf downwind, midfield, right downwind, runway 18, Bayport.
Traffic, 9 o'clock, quarter mile, 200 feet above.
Bayport traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot, over the shoreline, 18 Bayport.
Bayport traffic, Pilot Club 8964, shoreline.
Bayport traffic, 1 Echo Golf, right base, 8, Bayport.
Alright, I'm looking for the school and then the railroad tracks. That puts me on my 36 end.
Final 1-4, Bayport.
Then I'll know that I've got a little bit further to go before I need to make my right base.
To the north on the shoreline.
Bayport traffic, Piper 8676 uniform, we are 15 miles to the east of the airfield. We're making a left traffic approach for runway 18.
Then I'm not going to say anything.
Aircraft calling, be aware Bayport is a modified right traffic at 700.
And you must enter from the shoreline.
Yeah, Bayport is not a standard traffic pattern. There is no touch and goes.
Understood, right traffic pattern, we'll make the right traffic pattern, thank you.
Bayport traffic, jet card 702. Curious, what's the wind look like down there if anybody has it?
Bayport Bayport Airport doesn't have where you can look at Long Island Airport. That's what I did. The wind at Long Island right now is currently 110.5 knots.
Bayport traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot, midfield 18 Bayport.
Bayport traffic, winds are, you'll have a crosswind from your left to right. Bayport traffic for 18.
Pilot Club 8964, please state your intentions.
Pilot Club 3964, we're getting ready to depart straight out to the south, sir.
That was for Pilot Club 8964. Bayport traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot is right base 18 Bayport. What the hell? He just...
Bayport traffic, Pilot Club 3665, downwind runway 18 Bayport.
That dude just flew over me, under me, and everywhere in between. I feel so violated. Bayport traffic, 33 Foxtrot, short final 18 Bayport.
Bayport traffic, Jet Fox, 8 miles to the northeast, entering a left, downwind for runway 18, Bayport.
Bayport traffic, Piper 8676 uniform. We'll be entering the right traffic for runway 18. We're flying out over the shoreline at this point. We're going to be turning for the downwind approach turn.
Bayport traffic, Pilot Club 3665, final runway 18, Bayport.
Bayport traffic, 33 Fox, clear 18.
Check AOA.
More traffic at Fox, it's sending to 1000, about 6 miles to the northeast, entering a left down for 18, Bayport.
Bayport traffic, Pilot Club 3665, clear 18.
Alright.
Bayport traffic, Honda Jet 21 Echo Papa is going to be crossing 18.
Bayport traffic, Pilot Club 3964, November 6300 Lima is departing straight out to the south, runway 18, Bayport. Bayport over the coast.
I'm really curious where that other aircraft went. It's like, yeah, he's just completely gone.
Vacated 18.
Hyper Warrior, November 516 Delta Foxtrot, Bayport.
I know it was a pilot club.
Bayport traffic, 586760 uniform. We'll be turning for the downwind in about a minute.
Brian, hello. I didn't even know you're on board. Welcome. Welcome. Alright, well, let me see if I can elevate here and get a screenshot.
3 miles out, and area right down out for 18.
My screenshots, unfortunately, only come from the left monitor here. Looks like a good one.
Traffic, Pilot Club 444, taxiing to runway 18 for departure.
Brian, glad you came on board for a bit.
Warrior, midfield, right downwind for runway 18. Port.
Port traffic, Piper 8676 uniform, turning downwind, runway 18.
Definitely a lot of aircraft here. Alright. Let me grab the screenshot. Let's get a bit lower. Get another one. And I suppose we'll get one from the other way.
Warrior, final runway 18, Bayport.
Bayport traffic, Bonanza 41 Golf, entering a right downwind for runway 14.
Sorry, that was blocked. Let's see, Bayport traffic at Fox turning base now for runway 18, Bayport.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting approach there.
8676 uniform. We're on the right downwind runway 18, Bayport.
There is no left downwind runway 18 at Bayport.
He said right.
Oh.
More traffic, Skid Fox turning Fox 18.
Alright, so yeah, all in all, still a good event. Took off, departed out of Ellenville, New York, and did our touch and go at that first field that we almost overshot. Where was that at?
Bayport traffic, 8676 uniform is going to center downwind for inbound traffic. Bayport.
Did I touch and go at Cobalt?
Thanks.
Alright, let's shut everything down here and we'll head back to the FBO and kinda debrief things. We'll leave this up and running for a bit so that they can get their photo ops. Let's turn all of our lights off, our G5 off. Mag's going off. Master to off. Okay. Well, there we have it. There's our Bayport fly-in with the Virtual USA Flying Club. Now, I'm curious. A buddy of mine was going to be doing some controlling the CMH. Not too far from me, so let's see if they're still online. Yep, they are. So I got a little bit of time to kill. So let's we got our screenshot. So let's just oh. Dang, I missed that one. Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, we can still get it. Prop strike. November 20W. I promise I will not post this for everyone to see. Alright. Actually, you know what? I may not have time to do any pattern work. WestJet, are you here at Bayport? November 6-9 Quebec Kilo. Not showing up here yet. Oh, there you are down there at the end. November 6-9 Quebec Kilo. Looks like currently model matched as a Cessna 172. But I don't know if I have any Kodiak model matching in here currently. Alright. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll go give him a little bit of pattern work. We've got time for probably one or two in the pattern. Alright, so we're gonna vacate Bayport and we're gonna head over to Port Columbus John Glenn International. We'll take net jets. Alright. Well, that's loading. Gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back. Alright. And just like that, through the magic of simulation, we are here on the ramp at John Glenn International. And since I'm old, I still call it Port Columbus International Airport, but it is John Glenn International Kilo Charlie Mike Hotel. And we need to reconnect to our VATSIM network. There we are. The controller is also streaming on Twitch, most likely, STW222. If you feel like going to follow him and check him out after our show, feel free. I suppose you can do it beforehand. Alright, we're gonna expedite startup here. We just flew, so we're probably still warm. Master on, beacon on, brakes on, mixture rich. We'll give it 2 on the primer. 1, 2, in and locked. Fuel boats, clear prop, clear in left, clear in right, clear in front. Mags to start. Alright, we do have engine rotation. Oil pressure is in the green. Turn our landing light on for safety. We'll turn our avionics on. Okay, like I said, we're just going to do a couple here in the pattern at Port Columbus. Transponders going on, heading indicator to compass. Looks about right. Field elevation here is 815 feet. It's about right. We'll see if ATIS is going 118.0. We'll try and grab that.
All aircraft read back all runway hold short instructions. Pre-departure clearance available on request. Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform. Port Columbus International Airport 8 is information uniform 00510. Wind 010 at 4. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 6,500. 25,000 scattered. Temperature 21. 2.17. Altimeter 3001. Departing runway 10 left and runway 10 right. Arrivals expect visual runway 10 left. Visual 10 right.
Kilo Charlie Mike Hotel.
Simultaneous approach in use. Notices to intermission. All aircraft read back all runway hold short instructions.
Alright, uniforms current, runway 10. Tower 132.7. Now, I know that he hasn't been controlling CMH for long. Well, I could try and do that. We can turn the lights off here. And let's bring in our darkness. 132.7. Was that my tower frequency? 132.7. Yep. Yeah, hopefully it's visible enough for everybody, for the viewers out there. It's nighttime stream. Nighttime is not something I stream too often, so hopefully it does all right. Now, as I was saying, you know, I know he hasn't been controlling CMH too long, and I know I requested NetJets last time. Let's just see if he remembers where it is. Columbus Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot. Oh, help if I had the radio on. Columbus Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot.
Number 8033 Foxtrot, go ahead.
Type 172 Slant Gulp over here at NetJets, looking for closed traffic. Uniform.
Cessna 33 Foxtrot, paddlework approved. Thanks for uniform and advise ready taxi.
We're ready to taxi Cessna 33 Fox.
That's Cessna 33 Foxtrot. Alright, 10 left at Foxtrot 4, taxi via Foxtrot.
10 left at Foxtrot 4, taxi via Foxtrot, Cessna 33 Foxtrot. Alright, parking brakes off.
Cessna 172, taxi to parking via Echo.
Taxi to parking via Echo, November 172.
Alright, so our intersection departures at Foxtrot 4 is going to be right here past Gulf 3. Alright, tell you what, we are going to do a quick mag check. And what did we say our winds were? 010. Alright, brakes are on, fuel's on both, flight controls, yes, yes. Alright, 1800, here we go. Left mag, there's the drop. Right mag, there's our drop. Carb heat, drop, drop, 1, 2, there's our oil pressure drop, our manifold pressure rising, our governor's working. Alright, everything's in the green, nothing on the annunciator panel. Let's go ahead and idle back and let them know we are ready to go. Columbus Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot, 10 left, Foxtrot 4 ready.
Cessna 33 Foxtrot, runway 10 left at Foxtrot 4. Wind is 010 at 4, runway 10 left. Clear takeoff, make left traffic.
Clear for takeoff, 10 left, left traffic, November 8033 Fox.
Approaching runway 10 left.
So we'll probably do a couple point pattern here, then I am going to have to bring the stream to a close.
Left.
Girlfriend's getting off work.
6,700 feet remaining.
Gonna have some dinner. Let's grab the center line. Here we go. Full power. Rudder for center. Airspeed's coming alive. Let's rotate. Positive climb rate. Everything's in the green, looking good. $1,500 feet. I'm gonna.
3033 Foxtrot, confirm left traffic.
Left traffic, November 8033 Fox. $1,500. Let's make our crosswind. Alright, there's our pattern altitude. Let's go ahead and power back. Alright, we just crossed over I-670. It's a good place for a downwind right here. I do have a, it's called a, who does it, it's PK Nightlight mod for X-Plane. TK Nightlight mod. Tango Kilo. Really makes the lighting, pop. Alright, we're about midfield.
Cessna 33 Foxtrot, wind 010 at 4, runway 10 left, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, 10 left, Cessna 33 Fox. Alright, and being the numbers, let's go ahead and power back.
Last aircraft calling Columbus Tower, got static only.
Flaps 10.
United 1128, how read?
I don't read that great.
United 1128, Columbus Tower, hear you 5x4.
United 1128 requesting IFR clearance as filed to Cleveland with information Victor.
Alright.
1128, good, on request number 1, stand by.
Good spot for
Break. Potential aircraft on frequency information. Victor is now current. Wind 010 at 4, altimeter 3002.
Victor's current. A little high in the glide slope. There we are.
Victor 3002, 91128.
Yeah, 1128, that was an announcement to everyone. You don't really need to respond to it.
Okay.
Check AOA.
helicopter that was approaching the airport a while back, you still on my frequency?
Affirmative, helicopter 5878 Whiskey, just about to call you. Side information, Victor. We're about 10 miles out at 3000.
And helicopter 5878 Whiskey, Columbus Tower, same party.
We're parking at Signature. I believe it's on the southern GA ramp.
Helicopter 5878 Whiskey. You can air taxi direct Signature and report landing assured.
Thanks, appreciate that, WestJet.
Direct Signature, report landing assured. Helicopter 78 Whiskey.
$1,500, let's turn crosswind. $1,800, level off, power back. There's I-670. And I live here in Ohio. CMH, where we're flying, it's not very far from me. You know, I'm very familiar with it, actually. Used to drag race up and down this road parallel with it. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, I-670 is a good landmark to make a downwind for runway 10 left. Yep, some kits make some great stuff. They are pricey, but a lot of the stuff's plug and play, which makes it really easy to set up too.
Cessna Tree Foxtrot. Wind to 010 at 4. Runway 10 left, clear it out.
Clear for the option 10 left, Cessna 33 Fox. Alright, I do see an aircraft holding short down there, 10 left. Looks like that same rogue aircraft that was at Bayport. 8964. Understand? I didn't take my downwind as far in that one. I felt like I was pretty far out on the downwind, but it's because I'm in a small plane on a big runway.
Columbus Tower, Pilot Club 109er is at the FBO ramp requesting taxi for VFR pattern work.
Pilot 109er, VFR pad work is approved. Advise you have information to Victor.
Short final runway 10
Stand by and I will
Charlie Mike
pick up the
Hotel.
information, Victor.
Warning, airport not in current route.
I guess I don't know why
Columbus Tower, this is American Airlines.
they didn't already have Victor before their call.
American 0148, Columbus Tower, hear you 5x5.
Check AOA.
Thank you very much.
Little off center there. It's alright.
Pilot Club 109er has Victor.
Flaps up, full power.
Pilot 109, thanks
Already?
for Victor. Advise ready to taxi.
Airspeed.
Pilot Club 109er is ready to taxi.
Climb rate.
Pilot Club 109er, runway 10 right. Taxi via Delta.
10 right via Delta, Pilot Club 109er.
Alright, here's our crosswind. $1,800, level out, power back. I-670, let's go downwind. Don't bubble up on me. Alright, here we are, downwind. Yep.
Oh, and United 1126, think I forgot about you. Your coach is available, advise ready to come.
Yeah, 1128, please say again.
United 1128, your clearance is available, advise ready to copy.
Ready to copy, 1128.
United 1128, you are clear to the Cleveland International Airport. The radar vectors popped, then as filed. Maintain 5,000, expect level 19010 minutes after. Departure on 12595, squawk 7324.
Alright, we are here the numbers. Clear to Cleveland. The radar vectors pumped, then as filed. Expect 5,000 feet going up to flight level 190. Departure frequency 125.95. Squawking 7324. United 1124.
I'm looking for 80 knots.
Cessna Tree Foxtrot, wind 010 at 4, runway 10 left, clear for the option.
10 left, clear for the option, Cessna 33 Fox.
And United 1128, read back correct. You can expect runway 10 right, push and start your discretion, advise ready to taxi holding short of Delta.
10 right, push and start at discretion, hold short at Delta, United 1128.
Hey, Tower, helicopter 78 Whiskey's down and secure.
Flaps 2.
78 Whiskey, thanks.
Alright, we are almost on the glide slope. There it is. A little low. Put a little bit of a crab in there just to keep it straight down this center line.
Columbus Tower, our Pilot Club 8964, VFR pattern work, information Victor.
Check AOA.
Huh, how about that?
And Pilot Club 8964, pattern work approved.
Flaps up, full power.
Thanks for Victor and advisory time. Ready for taxi. W964 from Squawka Motel.
Slant Alpha, hello and welcome. Thanks for the raid. Welcome Raiders. Welcome aboard Felicity.
Runway 10 left at Foxtrot 4, taxi.
November 8033 Foxtrot.
Runway 10 left.
We're doing some pattern work here at Port Columbus International, John Glenn, Kilo Charlie Mike Hotel. After we did a 3-year anniversary event fly-in with the Virtual USA Flying Club. There's 1500. Let's go ahead and make our crosswind. My Baines player, hello and welcome. Happy to see you here finally. I don't mean that in a bad way, but definitely happy to see you. Pleasure, my friend. 1800 feet, let's level off, let's power back. We are on a good crosswind here. Alright, there is Interstate 670. That is our VFR landmark to make our downwind. And let's go ahead and make a downwind here. We crested a little high of our TPA. Let's get back down to 1800 feet. And NAM 106, hello and welcome. Thanks for the follow. And yeah, Slant Alpha Raiders, appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. And Slant Alpha, I do appreciate everybody. Let's trim it down just a little bit. And good Pixins, hello. It is therapeutic flying it at night. I don't stream a lot of night flying. It came as a suggestion from a good friend of mine, WestJets, who's here in the chat. I don't know how it looks at the user end. You know, we've got LCD screens, we've got glare.
Cessna 33 Foxtrot, wind 0104, runway 10 left, clear for the option.
10 left, clear for the option, Cessna 33 Fox. You know, so we got glare on everything, so I really never knew how it looked. But if it looks sufficient or decent for the end user, you know, the viewer being you guys, you know, I'll be more than happy to do more night flying. JPC, thanks, and thanks for a great event, buddy. I appreciate it. There's our 45. Let's do our base.
Left traffic, from 8964.
You know, we'll turn some daytime back in real quick.
Pelican Bay 964, no delay, traffic on fine.
There's our daytime VFR. Yep, Stu 222 is on tower as well. So we got kind of two simultaneous streams going on here. Well, almost overshot our final there. Put in some flaps. Can we correct this, or are we gonna go around? Now we got this. We're a little low. We'll be alright. We're just gonna kind of slip it right down in there. Man, look at that moon. Alright, slow her down just a bit. We're a little high in the glass slope. We got plenty of runway though. Raiders that came with Slant Alpha, Rob, again, I appreciate it. If you're new here, please feel free to go ahead and follow so you can catch the next one. We've probably got one or two more in the patterns here, and I am going to have to bring the stream to a close. Alright, flaps up, full power, let's maintain center, right rudder, airspeed, let's climb out, positive climb rate, everything's still in the green. We do have an aircraft, looks like just turned downwind we need to be aware of, looks like. No, that's beacons from the tower, so I need to be mindful of this aircraft, looks to be in the downwind. That moon is almost full. Looks like, yeah. 1,500 feet. Let's go ahead and make our crosswind turn. Alright, where's that other aircraft? He's midfield.
1128, holding short at Delta 2, I believe.
1128, confirm squawk mode Charlie, break, Pelican 8964, wind 0104.
Alright, 1800, let's roll out here, level off, power back.
Clear for the option, Pilot 8964.
Alright, there's Interstate 670. Let's go ahead and make her downwind. And we still need to be mindful of this other traffic that's ahead of us. I don't know what type of aircraft he's in or his speed in the pattern right now.
Yeah, 1128, can you please confirm squawking 7324?
But I do have him now in sight again at 12 o'clock right here.
1128.
And looks like he's making a base turn. So it looks like we'll have some decent separation.
Communication, do you mind repeating the takeoff instructions? United 1128.
United 1128, I haven't given you any takeoff instructions, but runway 10 right, taxi via Delta.
Taxi via Delta 10 right, United 1128.
1,800 feet, we are established on a good parallel downwind. We do have that other aircraft still in sight on their final approach. And once we cross over Interstate 270, which is the circle that goes around the city of Columbus, which is, well, just passing the right strut is Interstate 270 going to the north. We are going to the west. And that's a good place for me to start to initiate a base turn.
To continue my taxi to 10 right via Delta. Yeah, Delta. 9 or taxi 10 right via Delta.
Uh-huh.
10 right via Delta, folks. 109er. United 1128, hold short Delta 5, traffic will pass in front of you.
Yes, I have veered to the right on takeoff a couple times. He did call me out on that just now in the chat, and I figured he would when he wanted me to clarify left downwind on that first pattern.
Cessna 033 Foxtrot, wind 010 at 4.10 left, clear for the option.
10 left, clear for the option, Cessna 033 Foxtrot.
United 1128, behind the Husky on Delta, 10 right via Delta.
Flaps 10, we're a little bit farther out.
10 right via Delta, United 1128.
0 left to Kilo Charlie Mike Hotel. Warning, airport not in current route.
We'll try and have to put a bit more of a crab in on our upwind, because he's right, I'm looking at the tracks, there's a couple we've been kind of pushed off. At least I think we've been pushed off. I don't think I was flying that heading. I might have been. Idle back. Flaps 2, let's fly this airplane all the way down to the ground. All the way down.
Check AOA. Caution, too slow.
Alright, flaps up, full power. Rudder for center. Airspeed, rotate, climb right. Everything's in the green. Yeah, we're getting some wind shear or something. Because I'm having to crab now to maintain a straight heading. Alright, Slant Alpha, again, I appreciate it. I appreciate the raid so much. It means a lot. You've been such a tremendous help to Twitch and all of this new stuff for me. For those that don't know, Slant Alpha Adventures kind of tuned me into, showed me a lot of the ropes about Twitch and kind of got me started. So I do owe a lot of what I know about that to him. So if you don't know about his channel, definitely go check him out. He does a lot of, well, exactly that, Slant Alpha type flying. No fancy GPS, just good old VOR DME type radio navigation. So definitely do that. 1800, a little high, 1900. Let's get back down where we need to be. $1,800. Alright. Probably got time for one more, and then
Club 109er holding short of 10 right, ready for departure.
then I am gonna call it. Alright, we're almost to our 45.
Pilot Club 109er, make right traffic, wind 0104, runway 10 right.
Power back.
Let's take off 10 right, and I will make right traffic. Pilot Club 109er.
I'm gonna have to rewatch the video because now I'm curious myself to see how the nighttime flying looks at the end. So I'll have to check that out. Okay.
That's not 33 Foxtrot, wind 0104, 10 left, clear to left. Or clear for the option.
Clear for the option, 10 left, Cessna 33 Fox.
At 1128, holding short at runway 10 right.
At 1128, runway 10 right, left 1.
Yeah, 1128, please say again. Cut off.
At 1128, runway 10 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, United 1128.
Check AOA.
Alright, flaps up. Full power. Rudder for center. Airspeed's alive, rotate. It's positive climb rate. Let's keep an eye on our runway heading.
United 1128. Wind 010 at 4, runway 10 right. Clear takeoff, fly runway heading.
1,500 feet, let's make crosswind.
Fly runway heading, clear for takeoff, United 1128.
Sorry for 3964, past midway, Midfield, Gambling.
$1,800 feet, let's go ahead and roll out.
Pilot Club 8964,
Level off, power back.
runway 10 left, clear the option.
I-670,
Left, clear the option, Pilot Club 8964.
left downwind. We are going to make this one our last stop, and then we'll head back to the FBO and debrief what we did, and then we'll call it a night.
United 1128, it seems the departure controller's computer may have turned off or something like that. He has disappeared, so I guess monitor his frequency, whatever it was. I already forgot what I told.
Monitor this frequency. I'm currently flying runway heading, passing 3,000, climbing 5,000, and 1128.
There's a 45.
1128, I'm not exactly a radar controller, but just in case the person does come back, just monitor the departure frequency I gave you.
Monitoring departure frequency, connect. Yeah, 1128.
Club 109er is downwind 10 right.
Palo Club 109er, wind 010 at 4, runway 10 right. Clear for the option break. Cessna 033 Foxtrot, extend your down.
Extending downwind, I'm already on base, Cessna 33 Fox.
Okay, Palo Club 109er, traffic on the left base, 10 left, 4 minutes.
Have the traffic inside Palo Club 109er.
And Palo Club 109er, maintain separation from that aircraft.
Alright, we'll maintain separation, Palo Club 109er.
Cessna 33 Foxtrot, wind 010 at 4, runway 10 left, clear for the option.
10 left, clear for the option. We're going to make this one a full stop, Cessna 33 Fox.
Cessna 33 Fox, roger.
Dude, you can't tell me to extend my downwind when I'm on base. Doesn't work like that. Alright. Flaps 10 on the glide slope. We are on the glide slope. Okay. We're just going to park back at NetJets. That's our preferred FBO. Know a lot of people out of there.
Palo Club 8964, base downwind. Palo Club 8964, or 010 at 4, runway 10 left, clear to the option. 10 left, clear for the option, Palo Club 8964. Cessna 33 Foxtrot, you can taxi to parking via Foxtrot.
We're going to head to NetJets via Foxtrot and Golf 2, Cessna 33 Fox. And thank you for your service in ATC tonight. My pleasure.
And you're welcome. Hope to see you again sometime.
Columbus, jet card 702, looking to taxi to the active with information Victor.
Alright. Let's head over here and shut down. We'll walk back to the FBO.
Jet card 702.
We'll debrief.
Is that for pattern
I want to say hi to all the new people.
Negative, we'll be making a straight out departure, jet card 702.
Jet card 702.
Here we
if
are.
you intended on a straight out departure, you should have said so.
Parking brake on. Flaps coming up.
Actually, be advised that aircraft are not required under VFR to state their intentions. They simply have to call for clearance to taxi, and we've established positive control.
I still need to know a direction that you're flying out of my airspace.
That's not in the ATIS, sir.
Just because it's not in the ATIS doesn't mean it's not required, bro.
Wow. So we'll bring some daytime back in, some lights, so that the new people can, our new viewers can kind of check it out in the daytime. Yeah, I'm on Sim Caesar. Hello, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Pleasure to have you aboard again. For those that don't know, I probably owe half of my fan base to Sim Caesar.
109er, wind 010 at 4, right 10, right, clear for the on.
Clear for the option 10, right. Pilot Club 10. Niner.
So, alright. Oh, wow. Alright. Did I miss a raid? I sure did. Oh, wow. Welcome, raiders. Man, I am sorry. We just landed here at Port Columbus. But you know what I would like to do, since I now have you all on board? We're just gonna shut down. We're gonna go home. We're gonna do one quick lap at home.
Caution, too slow.
Since I've got you all, and then we will call it a night. Max going off. So we're gonna head to my home airport, Morrow County. 4 Indian Niner is the FAA identifier. And we'll just do a couple in the pattern. Sim Caesar, thank you so much for the raid. I really do appreciate it. Yep, Red Warhawk 96, that was KCMH. You are absolutely correct. So we'll head up to Morrow County, my home field. We'll do one in the pattern, and then we'll head to the FBO. I want to kind of meet all the newer viewers here. So don't go anywhere after we do this pattern and land, because and we will get out of the plane and we'll talk some more, unless you have to go. I'm not going to keep you here, so don't feel like you need to stay. But really, I do appreciate the raid. 2 amazing raids tonight. One from Slan Alpha, one from Sim Caesar. Both great to watch. Definitely check them out. Alright. Here we are, Morrow County, 4 Indian Niner. And we're just going to do... CMH was your home base. Now it's CVG and LUK. So Rickenbacker and Lunken and Cincinnati. Alright, excellent. Alright, master beacon on. Make sure to rich. Prop is high. Brakes are on. Trim fuels on both. Max to start. Clear. Alright. Alright, we do have engine rotation, oil pressure's in the green, landing light on for safety. It won't be long for our oil temperature to come back up because we just flew. Turn our transponder on. I am expediting a lot of this checklist here because we did just fly. So I do appreciate all of the compliments, and we will catch up on the chat here after we do this one in the pattern. I will, just for purposes, go ahead and reconnect to VATSIM. I do always try and, we don't want that. Try and utilize VATSIM when I'm not in other coverage areas. Alright. Red Warhawk, appreciate the follow. Parking brakes off. Alright, oil temperature has come up.
Kilo Mike, November, airport information, Tango 0151, Zulu, weather, wind 018 at 4, visibility 10, sky condition, temperature 19er, dew point 17, altimeter 3002, advise on initial contact that you have information, Tango
018 at 4, it's going to give us runway 10.
Kilo Mike.
Through the magic of simulation, I was able to pick up the Marion Meteor Mike November, which is actually about 20 miles west of here, and we all know that here on the ground that would never happen, as a VHF radio requires line of sight. However, through the magic of simulation, I just pushed that button and we get the closest weather station.
Approaching runway 10.
Let's get back to Unicom here.
Visual 10 right.
3,000 feet remaining.
Simultaneous approach and use. Notices to air mission. All aircraft reach back all runway hold.
Oh, I already passed that line. It's alright. Nobody else is here. I know nobody else is here. Nobody's ever here. Morrow County traffic. Skyhawk November 8033 Foxtrot. Back taxi 10 Morrow County. And I will call myself out on an error. I said Skyhawk November 8033 Foxtrot. I should never really do that. It's Skyhawk Cessna or November. Whenever I want to duplicate or overlap them. So I will call myself out on that. We're going to spin right around here, do a quick mag check. Brakes are on, fuel is on both, trim set for takeoff. Down on the right, up on the left, down on the left, up on the right. Elevator, rudder, both fuel responsive. Okay. Carb gates off. Alright, strobes are on. Here we go, 1800. Left mag, there's my drop. Right mag, there's my drop. Carb heat, there's my drop. 1 and 2. Oil pressure drop, manifold pressure rising, governor's working. I like to do it at least 3 times, make sure the oil is warm and moving through there. Prop check is good, run-up checklist is complete. Let's go ahead and idle back. I didn't hear anybody call back. There's no traffic on my ADSB here. Alright, Morrow County traffic, Cessna 8033 Foxtrot, taking 10 left close traffic, Morrow County. Alright, so I am going to do 1 in the pattern. That isn't all I'm going to have time for, unfortunately. But y'all just came in, didn't want to leave y'all go so soon. Alright, airspeed's coming alive. We're rudder to maintain center. Let's go ahead and rotate. Positive climb rate. Everything's in the green. And we're looking good. We're almost to our 700 AGL to we'll turn our crosswind. Let's go crosswind. Morrow County traffic, Cessna 8033 Foxtrot, left crosswind 10 Morrow County. Alright, there's our crosswind. This is the main drag running through my village. Ohio State Route 61. It's a good spot for a downwind. Morrow County traffic, Cessna 33 Foxtrot, left downwind 10 Morrow County. That looks good, looks good, looks good. Power back, we're going a bit fast to be in the pattern. Let's trim for this. We'll power back a little bit because we're almost midfield and I left downwind. And that looks good. Okay. Pattern altitude 2,000 feet at 90 knots. Alright, we're established in a good downwind. And we're almost to beam the numbers. There we are, showtime. Let's power back just slightly. We're going pretty slow. Flaps 10. Morrow County traffic, Cessna 33 Foxtrot, left base Morrow County. Does anyone know how accurate this cockpit is? It's a very good question. I'll answer that in just a second. We'll touch base on that back in the FBO. Morrow County traffic, Cessna 33 Foxtrot, left base to final 10 full stop, Morrow County. Yeah, I'll catch up on the chat. We'll talk about a couple things here in just a second. Give me flaps 2. Overshot that one just a little bit, but we do have time to correct this. We just want to make sure we're high enough to clear the utility lines that go across Airport Road right here. There we are. Now we can drop down in there.
Check AOA.
I'm having to crab a bit here too, on the same heading of runway. Alright. Yeah, I was having to crab at CMH, I was having to crab here at Morrow County, so we must be getting some sort of wind from the north that seems to be kind of pushing. Alright, let's cross this line and clean up just a little bit here. Alright, strobe's going off. Okay. Morrow County traffic, Cessna 33 Foxtrot, clear runway 10, taxi back to the ramp, Morrow County. Okay. If you are in the Central Ohio area, and if you do fancy a real world airplane ride, there is a company up here at my home airport, Sparks Fly, LLC. Let me turn it around here. You can kind of see it. But they do scenic flight tours here in Central Ohio. So if you're in the area and if you do want to check that out,
Too slow.
feel free to give them a call. Mention my name. Alright, let's go ahead and park over here. And we'll just have to tow it out. Okay.
Caution. Too slow.
Flaps going up, parking brake on, avionics off, lights going off, mixture to lean, G5 going down, max to off, master to off. Alright, so there we have it. You guys, let's see, FBO is just, yeah, that way. Yep, so I'll meet you over there in just a minute, and we'll see you then.
Alright, so there we have it. I do want to thank you all for coming in. Oh yeah. So Michael, I hear you. Come here. You can say hi. Felicity's right behind me. So we started flying today with the Virtual USA Flying Club for their 3-year anniversary. So we did that event, and then we had some time to kill, so we did some pattern work at CMH where buddy Steven was doing some controlling on the VATSIM network there. So all in all, it was a really good flight today. But let me catch up on some of these questions. You have to wait. I'm almost done. Almost done. Yeah? So we did introduce some night flights to the stream. That was kind of interesting. I've never really tried that before, so hopefully that worked out all right. 2 great raids that I got to say thank you for. Slant Alpha came in with a raid, and Sim Caesar came in with an excellent raid. So can't thank you guys enough for that. KW for Life came in, and iBane's Player came in. I'm glad he finally was able to catch a flight with me. I came across one of his streams a couple weeks ago. Some really great content, so check him out if you guys get some time there. Yes, let's see. NAM106, the ability to twist light in and out light. That is awesome. So yeah, with the Real Sim Gear audio panel, I did have there were some unused encoders, so it's just a matter of tying the rotary encoder and creating a Lua script to adjust the time in the sim. And I did that solely because I find myself on some long cross-country flights to where it would transition into dusk, and then I would be concerned, okay, are you guys going to be able to see it? So I had to put that dial in there to turn back time. Sorry, I probably shouldn't have done that. So that's what that was about. Let's see. All these great follows, all these new follows. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming in with these follows. And there was a question here that I wanted to touch base on. Melvin Leroy, thanks, buddy. Scotty the Hottie, hello. Always a pleasure. Yeah, great raid there. Sorry I missed the initial raid. I was kind of busy flying the aircraft, but WestJet took care of that greeting, so thank you for that, WestJet. All these new people, really great. So much to catch up on. Peaches the Burbs. I think that was who posed the question. Let's see if I can find that here. Let's see. Sheesh and Oh My was in regards to some ATC. Let's see. Fred Warhawk, we talked earlier about CMH. Pleasure to have you. Where was that question? Okay. Does anyone know how accurate this cockpit is? Good question. When I decided to take on this project of building Felicity, I took a lot of measurements into account. First and foremost being a rear world 172 is pretty skinny, and I didn't know if I wanted to be enclosed in something that small with little to no actual air movement or anything like that. So what I did is I designed the cabin at the width of a Skylane 182. So she's the width of a 182 with essentially the panel of a 182 as well. I started out, my initial design process was a 172, and then I got involved into a lot more of the VATSIM group flying and things of that sort, and I just felt like I needed a bit faster aircraft to do some of these bigger group flights. So we transitioned it into a 182, but essentially any of the Cessna 172, 182, 210s, I can manipulate the aircraft model enough to make it fit and have it visually look and fly well. So as far as accuracy goes, it's the goal is to make it. The goal is to build muscle memory. It's a flight training device, so I try to place all the components in in the most accurate position possible to create that. Okay, I'm getting inside of an aircraft, type feeling. Night flying. I want to be able to know where. I want to be able to know. Day and night. You want to know where everything is. So, while granted it's a bit wider than a 172 cabin, the placement of everything I feel like is where it needs to be. JD 1951, I appreciate that. And Colonel Angus, hello and welcome. Thank you. So much, man. I'm overwhelmed by everyone we've got on we still have here. So thank you so much for hanging out and flying with me. Oz Nomad. Forder Learns to Fly. I'm pretty sure that's where I recognize that name from. So I met Oz Nomad. I was on Twitch scrolling through channels, and I came across another channel that has sort of a multi-monitor setup. I dropped in there. I got to talking to some of these people. So just a lot of great nice folks out here in the flight simulation and community, especially on Twitch. So I can't thank you guys enough for just coming along with me on some of these flights and some of your information and knowledge along the way, because that's how I'm learning to fly. It's a lot through you guys. I'm not a very big book person. Congrats. What? We hit 200? We got 200? That's great. Amazing. Seriously, that means a lot. So much. So thank you all for the follow. Let's see. Well, I have no idea what those planes are, since I mostly fly spaceships. It would make sense to have it wider so it doesn't get too stuffy in there. You are correct. Absolutely, it does get a bit hot in the cabin. It's a question: how long did it take to build? If you're on Twitch, you feel like do it at your leisure. Everything's in the about section. All the specs, the story behind the build, the reasoning behind the build, all that stuff is there. I started building it when my grandfather got sick. And the FAA pulled his medical. And I set out to build it for him so that he can still get that realistic, unreal. I wanted to give him the most realistic, unreal flying experience I could, but unfortunately he never got to use it, and that's alright. I still had that goal set, so that's what my plan was and continues to be, is to having been able to, if he was still here, being able to give him that experience. That was the goal. And now that he's gone, FAA certification is the actual next goal. So that's the plan. So I do appreciate it. Thank you guys all so much. It is going on about 11 o'clock here in Ohio. My girlfriend got off work about an hour ago. She's probably waiting patiently. So we are gonna spend some time, grab some food. But again, I can't thank you all enough. All these new follows, it really means a lot to me, because it's flying is fun. It's a lot more fun when it's more than one. So whether it's one of you or 200 of you, to me it means, it really means a lot. Taking the time out of your day. So so yeah, you guys all take care and stay safe. Everything I do is unscheduled with kids and work, so it's really hard for me to create a schedule. Bush Outfit is glad to see you back here. So it's really hard for me to create a schedule and keep up, and keep up with that schedule. So it's all unscheduled. But then I'm never late for anything, and so that being said, we are gonna close this one. You guys all take care. Let's see who we can send you over to. Tell you what. Let's see. I'm gonna send you guys over to BW Flight Simulation. He was controlling Oakland Center on VATSIM. Peter Mooney, good night. Alright. So So nice. You guys are also good. Thanks so much for coming in. And yep, STW222 was my controller. And we kind of stream back and forth a lot. And he's another member of the Pilot Club and the Virtual USA Flying Club. So, yep, we'll send you over to BW Flight Simulation. He's controlling Oakland Center. I have got to get going, so you guys all take care, and we will see you later. And again, thanks so much.